What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Burrow77 here once again to talk UCL with you. I am joined by the illustrious A Young Leg. Always good to have you. As always, we are going to go through all 8 games for Champions League. Then I'm going to go back, edit these, cut them up into individual videos so that you can watch them that way. If you want, the long form video is always available first because it's less work for me. Anyway, getting into it, we are starting off with Club Bruges versus Aston Villa. I was screaming from the mountaintop for everybody to not sleep on Bruges last round. They end up advancing over Atalanta. I am once again here to tell you that Bruges can advance out of this leg. It's definitely a long shot for sure, but Aston Villa away sucks out loud. They are 2-1-7 in their last 10 road games. Villa also lost to Bruges away in the qualifiers already, so it's not out of the realm of possibility here. I think that Bruges on the money line at plus 200 is very playable. I really like the draw no bet here at plus 118. Bruges to advance at plus 230 is definitely worth a look. I personally have a free bet on it. Bruges to score first plus 120. Bruges team total over 1.5 plus 176 is a little disrespectful. And Bruges to score in the first half at plus 120 over on Caesars are all things I'm looking at here to get involved with Bruges. I'm not sure if Villa even finds the score sheet here away. They probably should, but we'll see. I could see both teams to score here. I could maybe get to the over 2.5, but I think the best way for Bruges to get this done is to limit Aston Villa's chances, hold down the fort, play good defense, score a goal at home, and get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. I don't know what would ever give someone confidence in Aston Villa playing anywhere outside of England. They struggle away matches just in England. So Bruges has been holding it down at home. Oaks did preach it to us, and I didn't realize that Lookman and his coach were going to have a little hissy fit over penalty kicks. So Bruges on the draw no bet. I love that number that we're getting. I don't know about like a ton of goals unless Bruges starts feeling it, but I am going to start believing in Jude Gala. He's scored in his last 3 matches. This man is scorching hot. He does dish him out as well, so if you want to play it safe and if you are on FanDuel, you can get to score assists at around plus 170. Their striker at home, just saying.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he's definitely going to start, but I would probably start the striker that scored in every single match he's played. So, just little things.
His anytime goal scorer number is absolutely fantastic, sitting at plus 320 over on FanDuel.
Yep.
Tzolis is also a nice little piece, Greek international. I mistakenly called him Israeli, same color flag. My fault, guys. But Tzolis, plus 410 over on Bet Rivers. Looking mighty tasty. Talibi, the young bull over there on the right wing. Not sure how to say his name, but he has been playing really well. He had a brace versus Inter, both on the counter attack. So I would just throw his to score assist out there at plus 270, which definitely looks really, really good here. As far as some stuff for Aston Villa, I'm not going to try and talk anybody out of taking Ollie Watkins to score assist at plus 130. That's just a really good number on a guy who's pretty much going to have to get it done here for Villa. I'm not sure what this lineup's going to look like either. I know they've been playing Rashford and Asensio kind of on like their off days and cup games and stuff. I do think we see Rodgers, but one thing I want to mention, Tielemans is Belgian, guys. Like, you don't think I'm going to back the Belgian dude playing a Belgian team in his country for a shot on target, and he takes like all the set pieces? It's going to be a nice little number too. Tielemans shot on target plus 230 over on FanDuel.
I don't hate that at all. I'm here to talk people out of Ollie Watkins. This man has 1 goal in the Champions League. Unless somebody literally tells me sounds like he's due, then I'll be like, shit, you got me there, and then maybe I'd bet it, but not if I just used my eyes watching him in the Champions League and knowing Bruges at home isn't giving him too much. I will say Rashford and Asensio shot on target numbers look beautiful, and Asensio's been jacking for chicks, so I think one Asensio shot on target minus 120. If that's not good enough for you straight up, that and whatever you want to add on to a parlay is just going to end up looking pretty as well.
Yeah, I kind of just avoided looking at Rashford and Asensio's numbers just because I'm not sure whether or not they're going to be in the starting 11. Plus, I like a lot more via stuff in the reverse fixture when they're going to be at home. So, yeah, the other things I want to mention here is you guys have heard me say it kind of all Champions League. Decipher just to take a shot at minus 130. At home, again, left back, likes to bomb up there, get involved in the play creating, and take some set pieces too. So Decipher just to take a shot when he's on free kick duty at minus 130 always is worth a look for me. Matty Cash, especially if Villa's chasing this game, if he's playing right back, he's played right wing for them before and could, rotate up there later, just kind of depending on what they need. But Matty Cash to take a single shot is minus 120 over on Caesars. That's a number I really like. And Tyrone Mings is just gigantic. He's not super involved, but if Villa get a couple of corners here, the guy's like 6'4". And if you don't think somebody can pick out his forehead when he's taller than pretty much
gotten injured in like 3 different matches now this season.
Yeah, and I know he's dealing with a knee injury. I know that he's banged up. I know that he's been short subbed a little bit, but him just to take a shot at plus 138 feels kind of good. And then we also know he's a hack and kind of the, I don't want to say enforcer, but like the guy who's going to take a strategic fall there on the back line. Mings to be booked at plus 350 looks really good as well.
Yeah, it does. Somebody's got to stop Jude Gala.
You got anything else, Leg?
No, I'm out on this one now.
For sure. The other things I want to mention really quickly here that I think are pretty good numbers. Tizolis, just to put a shot on target, minus 135 over on ESPN. If you don't want to play it straight, that's a nice little parlay piece. Talibi, the same guy we were talking about to score assist, he's plus 105 just to put a shot on target over on Caesars. Morgan Rogers, who I like, and I tend to like him a lot more at home for Villa, but if you're going to give me plus 100 over on FanDuel for his shot on target, I'm probably going to take it. And then McGinn over here in the midfield is another guy who's perfectly capable of putting one on frame. Plus 270 over on FanDuel is a nice looking number.
Oh, also, guys, just remember that Emi Martinez is the best goalkeeper in the world. There's somebody that gave him an award that said that best goalkeeper in the world. So don't give him any excuses. That's the best goalkeeper in the world. Remember that. They picked him.
Facts.
They picked that guy.
Facts. So, yeah, lots to like here from a player prop aspect. Good value on Villa if you want to back the favorites. Personally, I'm backing the home dogs here. I think Bruges is very live once again. I think this is probably one of the more advantageous matchups they could have drawn, knowing how good Bruges is at home and how much Aston Villa struggles away. All right, guys. We're going to get out of here. We will bring you the next games here shortly. Be sure to like and subscribe right here on youtube.com/@Burroke772. It costs you absolutely nothing. It helps Leg and I out a shit ton, and it allows us to keep bringing you these free videos every single week. Check out the links down below in the description for my social media, Leg's social media, Discord links, all that jazz right down here below. And we will be back to talk about the rest of Champions League here shortly. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Burroke77 here with my friend A Young Leg. We are getting to it. We got Byron versus Leal. Not Byron. We got Dortmund versus Leal up next. Look, I finally got on the right side of Dortmund over in the Bundesliga. They had a nice 2-0 win away at St. Pauli's and finally got right. This team's been really cold over in Bundesliga. They're sitting in the middle of the table. Before the weekend game, they were sitting in 10th. So UCL is really what these guys need to focus on, and they're going to have to win it in order to get an invite to Europe. I don't know if they're going to be able to make a charge all the way up the Bundesliga table to pull down a European spot, but this Dortmund team's just been super hot and cold. That said, Leal has been pretty atrocious on the road. For a French side, we know the French teams have been tough at home. This is probably the closest match, I think, in terms of odds for who to advance, but also kind of skill-wise in the unknowns and what we're getting here. So I'm not super sure if I'm going to get involved in a side on this. I probably like Dortmund at home, but not at minus 135. I see goals here. I like both teams to score. I like over 2.5. Dortmund, they definitely have teeth offensively and are perfectly capable of scoring. Their defense is super lackluster, lets up a bunch of goals. So, I just see a lot of goals in this one.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just only looking at Jonathan David and Kareem Adeyemi. And depending how many set pieces Julian Brandt gets, I might take him for a shot on target or maybe an assist. I'm with you, though. This is a hard game to just pick a side. Rather than going with the home favorite, I'd rather just bank on goals as well. I love Dortmund over 1.5. And the fact that I love that makes me think that I should take their money line, but I also have watched their defense play, so it really
right, because they could cough up 3 or 4 too.
Yeah.
So
like, I watched Madrid at their worst torch this team for 5 goals.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I think the over 2.5 here at minus 125 has a ton of value. I think both teams to score at minus 125 has a ton of value. I think if you pair those together, you get a little bit even more value. I don't know. Some stuff that I found interesting here was Dortmund to score in both halves plus 152 over on FanDuel. I think that's a good number. Leal to score in both halves at plus 500 is an absolutely ridiculous number for how bad this Dortmund defense is. I could even see both teams to score first halves, though I didn't look up that number. I also like, if you want to take a shot here, like I said, I think this is the one with the most goals on Tuesday. So first half over 1.5. If you want to take a stab there, plus 170 DK. And then, like Leg said, I like Dortmund team total over 1.5 at minus 135. Leal, if you want to take their team total over 1.5 plus 255, a really good number as well. We'll jump over into some player props. I know Leg started talking, and I'm going to give him the floor here. What are you looking at as far as David and Adeyemi go?
I mean, Adeyemi, you get great to score assist number on him. Jarossi's hot right now, so him 2 shots on target looks all right. A goal looks all right. Jonathan David will get a penalty kick. I'm looking at Emery Can and Schlotterbeck. I'm thinking, how the fuck isn't there going to be a penalty kick for Jonathan David here? So that's an easy one for me. Besides that, I have nothing nice to say. Munir loves jacking for chicks, playing right back for Lille. You might get a good price on him if his coach doesn't hate him. I don't know what happened to my boy Gittins. I've never seen my man got ice cold, absolutely ice cold. So and Sabitzer, I would love to talk Sabitzer numbers because I know he likes to bomb forward, but if he really plays a role behind these attacking midfielders, which he should just never shoot, I want better numbers.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say about Sabitzer. I have faith in him, and I don't hate any Sabitzer props. I know how he bombs forward, but I just want better numbers because he's playing like more of like an 8-6 rather than a 10.
You're definitely not wrong because I looked into it and I have it on my lean sheet, but I'm probably with you. I'm not going to play Sabitzer to take 2 shots at plus 130 over on FanDuel. It's just too short for me. But
that being said, he could do that in 15 minutes and he can put up 3 shots in 15 minutes, just crash in the box because that's how he rolls, but they ruined it.
Yup. If you're not limited on Bet Rivers, his shot on target at plus 205 is a nice number, but everywhere else is like plus 150, and I'm just not willing to go that low on Sabitzer. Again, like Leg said, who should be playing probably a bit more of a 6 position than an 8 where he's coming up. Just depends, of course, on Dortmund's lineup and rotation. Like Leg mentioned, I think Gerassi is a great look for a goal at plus 125 over on FanDuel. Jonathan David, plus 245 for a goal and plus 190 to score or assist. So I love that. Baker, however you want to say it, number 20, the left wing over here. He's been getting kind of hot recently, especially in Champions League. If you're interested in him, you might want to look at to score assist. It's pretty long. I didn't end up putting that on my sheet, but his shot on target at plus 255 for the left wing is pretty ridiculous over on Bet Rivers. Brandt, like Leg said, and we mentioned it last round, Brandt takes all the corners and a good majority of the set pieces here for Dortmund. I love his assist as a standalone, especially on FanDuel with the soft assist grade market, plus 270. Adeyemi shot on target minus 135. If you don't want to pay that juice, it makes a really nice parlay piece. Like mentioned, Brandt shot on target plus 135 over on Caesars. Think is a good look. Pascal Gross just to take a single shot at minus 143 on Bet Rivers is an obnoxiously short number. Nice little parlay piece if you don't want to pay the juice. Schlotterbeck, who Leg mentioned is a total hack. I love his card at plus 500 on FanDuel if you have that market. Schlotterbeck's taken a red, and I think he's been booked in like 3 of his last 5 games over in Germany. Dude's definitely struggling back there, especially paired with Emery Can, who's really a midfielder, but Dortmund's super thin on the back line. They even had like Pascal Gross playing when Ryerson was hurt at right back. So some good stuff there. Schlotterbeck just to take a single shot too. Like he's tall as fuck. He's probably the primary target on set pieces here. Minus 120 over on Bet 365 is something I definitely look at. So that's kind of it for me on player props. Lots of good numbers. Like I said, I do think this is going to be the highest scoring game on Tuesday, or the game with the potential for the most goals, at least in my opinion.
Munir for just a shot attempt is plus 135, and I have not shopped it.
Nice.
Just letting everybody know. Dude jacks for chicks.
Love that. All right, guys, be sure to check out the links down below in the description. Follow me at Burrow77 on Twitter, X, Instagram. Follow A Young Leg. All of his stuff is down there. Follow 2FootTalk at TWOFootTalk as well. That's our show we do every Wednesday night. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Burrow77 here with my man, A Young Leg. We are getting into it for Champions League. We got PSV versus Arsenal. And I got to ask the question, is the PSV home magic broken now that they have finally dropped a game? Yes, it was a cup game, but they lost to go-ahead Eagles at home. It's the first outright loss PSV has had in their home building all season.
I think it's a really bad omen for them. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, especially because they lost back-to-back games versus go-ahead Eagles in the last 2 fixtures. That said, Arsenal doesn't have a fucking striker, and they look like shit too. They just tied 0-0 to Nottingham Forest and lost at home at the Emirates to a completely spineless West Ham team, 0-1 in your own building. That's fucking embarrassing, Arsenal. You got no striker. I know things are tough for you. And unfortunately, I hate to say it because it doesn't make for great football. This reminds me exactly of what Arsenal is going to do last year with an away leg and then a home leg versus Porto. They're going to play defense. They're going to try not letting PSV score. They're going to try and come back tied on aggregate to the Emirates, and then they're going to look to grind out a 1-0 result. It's going to be super, super fucking boring. I hope PSV can get a goal here at home. Whether or not Arsenal can score, I'm not sure. Just because of their lack of striker, it's not like PSV's super watertight at the back. They're good, but they conceded a goal to Juve. They had to outscore Juve. It'll be an interesting one. Some things I like here. Look, I lean PSV on the double chance / Asian handicap plus 0.5 at minus 113. I think that's a really good number for a team, like I said, who has been unbeaten at home up until their previous cup match. I think the under here screams at me at minus 120, under 2.5. And if you don't want to pay the juice, just make some really nice parlay piece with no goddamn striker. I don't think Arsenal's scoring twice at minus 135. PSV kept Juve to 1 goal for 120 minutes. Like, they went into extra time and kept Juve to a single goal. So I think Arsenal scoring twice here is a big ask. I think the draw is a serious runner at plus 260 if you got the balls to play it. I think 0-0 has some serious legs if you got the balls to play it, but I would want to keep the 1-1 on my side just in case both teams do manage to score here.
I love the both teams to score number. I think Arsenal will get one. It'll probably come off of a set piece where Luke De Jong can't guard everyone, other tall people. I also only have player props after that because I don't want to take a side here. This is going to be the leg to see if Arsenal actually gives a shit about winning the Champions League. Because now you got the easy draw, you got PSV, you got what you wanted. You get to do this, and then you get to play either us, Atleti, Leverkusen, or Bayern. So like this is step up time. And now if you can't beat PSV at their crib, I don't know if you're really stepping up when it comes to Atleti, Leverkusen, Real Madrid, or Bayern. So this is a good warm up here. So I'm not going to take a side. That being said, PSV is very dangerous at home. If you're looking at a double chance of PSV and you're getting a good number, I don't hate that at all. But again, this is Arsenal's, hey, you're not going to win the Premier League, right? So maybe win something. Step it up right here. That's the only reason I see them on a money line getting this much favoritism when PSV's only lost one fucking home game.
I think it's important to note, too, like, when it comes to European pedigree, PSV's won this bitch twice. Like, that's why they got 2 stars above their crest.
Right? Yeah.
And Arsenal, I'm sorry, but y'all ain't done shit in Europe. So this is your prove it season. If you want to be taken serious in Europe, you have to do better than advancing past Porto and getting washed out. You have to do better than advancing against PSV and then getting washed out. This is what we mean when we don't take Arsenal fucking serious when it comes to Europe. Getting into some player props here. I'm not sure who's going to be starting on the right wing for PSV, whether or not it's going to be Perisic or it's going to be Bakayoko. To me, it doesn't really fucking matter. I like either of them for a shot on target. Bakayoko at minus 110 on FanDuel, really good number. Perisic shot on target plus 150 on FanDuel, really good number. You guys know I love Noah Lang, his shot on target plus 125. Do you know if Till is healthy? I know he subbed in last championship or last Champions League for some late action.
They have him listed as still not fully fit. So
yeah,
I wouldn't expect to see him starting. This is either they're going to surprise everybody and haha, they got us. I don't think Till is that guy that they would do it with, but it'd be nice to see him. I also love all the props on Calafiori just to attempt a shot, even money.
Ooh, where you got even? I saw minus 120.
I got it at even money on. It's either DraftKings or FanDuel.
It's probably DK.
Oh wait, I just bet. I was sorry. While you were talking, I was betting a hockey game, so I don't have it up anymore.
No worries. Yeah, it's probably DK. But yeah, I love Calafiori just to take a single shot here at even money.
Oh, also, I love that since Saka isn't in, we have to now praise Ethan Nwaneri as the next coming. He is better than Lamine Yamal already. I'm completely fine with them doing that just because I'm tired of hearing the Lamine Yamal dick eating. But y'all ever thought about relaxing? Because once Saka comes back, I know in FIFA you're just I'll just switch it to the other side. Does that work? Let's all calm down. But I'm believing in it for now. So give me that shot on target. Minus 160. I'll eat that juice just because the offense really does flow through their whole right side, and Trossard is dead to me.
Yeah. Speaking of the offense flowing through the right side, I think it's going to be difficult for Arsenal to kind of like live in the final third and get really clean looks at the goal. And I don't know what their effort level is going to be going forward. I think, I want to say turtling, but making this a very tough game in the middle third is going to be key here for Arsenal. But I do like Odegaard's shot on target plus 130 over on Caesars. And like I said, I do think it's going to take some guys a little extra effort here. So maybe Rice for a shot on target, plus 220 over on Caesars as well. We know Rice likes to pull up and jack for chicks outside of the box, especially. So if you want a little more money, you could maybe find something there. He's not in this projected starting 11, but if Timber plays, I love him for PSV. Just to take a shot is plus 130 over on Caesars, and to put it on target is plus 475 on Caesars. So that's something I'm definitely interested in. And then last but not least, Noah Lang to take 2 shots at minus 125 over on FanDuel. If you don't want to pay the juice, I think that's a great little parlay piece. The other thing I want to mention is Lang has the legs. So Lang didn't get subbed off at all versus Juve. They played him for 119 of the 120 minutes. Whereas Perisic is definitely a little bit older and has Bakayoko, who's super capable of backing him up, available off the bench. And if Bakayoko starts, Perisic is very capable. So I would say that left wing is a little bit more prone to subs and minutes, whereas Lang, I think, is going to play at least the full 90 here. So I would be, if you're concerned about subs and who's going to be doing what for the entire game, I would say Lang is probably the safer bet, and Perisic / Bakayoko is going to be the one that's more likely to change sooner.
Bro, I love Bakayoko, but Perisic has just been clutch.
He has been. And the one thing I do want to mention, though, is Perisic played in Italy forever. So him playing against Juve was pretty much a no fucking brainer. He owns Juve. He's got a huge history there. So that's what I'm interested to see. Again, this is something we'll have to see tomorrow. Perisic has been playing well. I find it hard to take a guy who's in form out of your starting 11, but Bakayoko's dumb talented too.
Yep.
All right, guys. So that's all we got for this one. Be sure to check out the links down in the description. Join the Discords. Anything you do over there always helps support me bringing you more free video content. Please, please, please make sure to like and subscribe right here at youtube.com/@BurOaks772. Until next time, Leg and I always look forward to seeing you at the window, and we will be back shortly to finish out Tuesday with Real Madrid versus Atleti. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy BurOaks77 here with my man, A Young Leg. Let's get into it. We got Real Madrid versus Atleti. Obviously, Leg and I are biased. We're both huge Madrid fans. So you're going to hear a lot of stuff from us. Looking forward to playing Atleti in the Champions League without La Liga refs, who have been absolutely atrocious and striking back at Madrid for speaking out recently. But hey, everything is a little bit more level, a little bit more even here in Champions League. I'm not 100% sure how this one goes. I really hope I don't have to look at Lucas fucking Vasquez's face. If he's playing right back, I am going to be very pissed off. Though, Atleti, we all know Simeone. I don't know if they're going to come forward and attack here at all. Atleti might just sit in a low block, try and piss us off, get under our skin, make this a super grimy, dirty, physical game, especially away at the Bernabeu. Simeone, for anything you want to say about him, the man knows how to play tournament football, and a 0-0 result here going back to the Wanda isn't going to hurt him. I don't like it. I don't want it to happen, but they might come out and play a 5-5-0 here and just go with all defenders and shove 11 men behind the ball and sit in their own third for the entire game, try and frustrate us, make sure we don't get balls over the top and get in deep behind them. That said, I like Madrid on the money line at the Bernabeu, -110. I'm always going to like that number. It's always going to be really hard to talk me out of it. Madrid team total over 1.5 isn't bad at -108 either. I really like a halftime draw here at +120 over on Bet Rivers. We know Madrid tend to have a little bit of difficulty, especially in the first half. So when it comes to Madrid games, highest scoring half to be the second half, +114 over on FanDuel is always something I got to look at. And, just another prop out there, goal in both halves. They're not to be a goal in both halves is -104 over on FanDuel. I don't think that's a bad number at all.
No La Liga refs is a wrap. The only thing that could really ruin that for me is if I see Lucas Vasquez, like you said, but reports are telling me Fetty. Also hearing that Raul Asensio is going to start, which I'm glad that we're over the David Alba Rudiger experiment. I'm glad it only took one game because, wow, what an awful game to watch. I love Madrid over 1.5 as well because Mbappe and Vinny are both now being challenged. Like, oh, I can't believe these guys think they're going to get a Ballon d'Or. And I don't know if you realize that both these players they play better when you piss them off. So I'm kind of cool with everybody calling them out. Feel free, scream it actually from the rooftops. It'd be a real shame if Mbappe showed up with his shirt tucked in, +125 on the money line for him to score, and then Vinny to score assists is at +120 as well. So those two guys, this is prove-it games for them. We always, just look at this lineup right here. And no La Liga refs, and you're trying to tell me not to be confident. As soon as I don't see Lucas Vasquez and, there's going to be an actual captain on the field between Modric, Valverde, or Vinicius Jr. even, which I think would be the best one to have just to piss off Atleti. I'm looking forward to it, and it's hard not to feel confident.
I'm going to start with talking about a bunch of bookings here. Guys, be sure to check out the link down below in the description if you need a book to bet cards on. I use BetUS because cards props are not available for me here in the state of Michigan. So I do all my cards betting with BetUS. But I am going to tell you the numbers on domestic books just in case you have them available for you. Be sure to shop around. Make sure you get your best numbers. I can see a lot of cards here. These two teams fucking hate each other. This is a Madrid derby. And, we have a decent ref here. Again, not a La Liga ref, but there's obviously a lot of pace here on the Madrid side. And if Atleti is going to come out and actually play ball with us, there's going to be a very difficult time for Llorente and Rodrigo de Paul dealing with Vinicius Jr. RDP, who I fucking hate. The guy's a scumbag. He's Argentine. I hate him everywhere he plays. Him to be booked is +250 over on FanDuel. Lornette, like I said, who's got to deal with Vinicius Jr. all day, +260 for a book over on FanDuel. Kamavinga, who we know loves to make the Kama-woe tackles, is a card away from suspension, I believe. So he does need to watch himself, but it's worth pointing out that him to be booked is +300 over on Bet365, which I always think is a good look. Vinny, who we know loves to jaw, love him or hate him, he does what every single striker does, and he looks for penalty calls. So yeah, if you like Vinny to get booked, +450 over on Caesars. Wow. And then Tuchemeni, if he's playing midfield, he makes a lot of tackles. He's our holding midfielder. He's a guy who can always get caught with his boot in. I think +600 is an absolutely outrageous number for him to be booked over on Bet365. And last but not least, Jan Oblak to be booked at +900. You're telling me that if this game's 0-0 and Madrid puts a shot on target and they get a goal kick, that Oblak's not going to fuck around back there in the 87th minute and hold that ball long enough to get carded for a delay of game? At +900, I'm absolutely going to take a stab there.
I like Barrios as well. He's a fucking hack. Absolute hack.
As far as other stuff goes, I'm right there with Leg. I think Vinny to score an assist at +120 on FanDuel. +130. I'm just using FanDuel because they have the softer assist grading market. And if Vinny hits one off the woodwork and somebody else puts it in, or he puts a shot on target and the rebound gets cleaned up, I just like having that softer assist grading market there. Plus 120 on FanDuel, kind of a must-play number. Vinny assists straight up at plus 500 on Bet365 is a disrespectful number. Look how many dudes he's got to cut the ball back to. Obviously, no Jude Bellingham. He's suspended for this one on a yellow card accumulation. If Atleti do go forward and attack, I think Alvarez is the guy you got to take. He's been red hot here compared to Griezmann. Alvarez, just to put a shot on target, minus 115 over on FanDuel. Super good number. Rodrigo to put a shot on target, minus 113 on Bet Rivers if you're not super limited. Fetty shot on target, plus 245 on Bet Rivers. It's trash everywhere else. I love Fetty, even playing right back. I think he can put one on frame, but like plus 150 is just not good enough odds for me on Fetty to put a shot on target. Leg, I know you have the offsides market available. If you can get Mbappe to be offsides at like
plus 115, I already wrote it down. Plus 115.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Plus 115. Yeah. I mean, Mbappe to be offsides. If you have that market, I think it's definitely worth a look. Rudiger and Tchouameni are two gigantic dudes on the back line. Tuch probably playing midfield here, but both of those guys that take a single shot at minus 110 is something I would definitely look at as well.
Now, if it's me, I'm starting Sorloth. So I was looking at his numbers as well. He has an excellent record against Madrid. I think he has just an excellent record against in general. So throwing Griezmann up there to me, it's a mistake, but whatever. If Sorloth does play, though, I would look at his shot on target and Alvarez shot on target. Like you said, it's just way too bettable of a number. Are we still running Lino props, or are we switching it to Simeone now since he just continues to start his own son?
Look, I like Lino a lot better. I'm not sure whether or not Lino is going to play. And when he has been playing, he's only like playing half. So he's playing like 45 minutes and then he's coming off, or he's not starting and then playing the second half. Again, this is going to be really lineup dependent for me. I'm going to have to see what it looks like Atleti's running, because I'm not going to put it past Diego Simeone to just play a 5-5-0 and shove 11 men behind the ball and try and frustrate Madrid and just have no urgency or sense of needing to go forward unless they have a clear counter opportunity where they're going to break something. This is going to be lineup dependent for me from the Atleti side, because if they want to come forward and attack, we don't play nearly as high of a line as Barcelona, but we just saw them in the Copa del Rey play 4-4 with Barcelona. I think that Simeone tries to get back to a little bit more tournament-style football, get involved in that bullshit, dark arts, whatever, of football. He's going to be a hack. He's just going to have his guys be scumbags, try and get under our skins, take a bunch of fouls, and sit behind the ball and absorb pressure for 90 minutes. And to his credit, Simeone has been pretty good with that when it comes to tactics, and it doesn't hurt to have a guy like Jan Oblak just holding it the fuck down between the pipes. Give me Madrid at home in the Bernabeu. And that's all we got. Be sure to check out the links below in the description, especially if you need a sign-up code for BetUS, 125% deposit match code right down there below. Be sure to like and subscribe right here on YouTube. It costs you absolutely nothing, helps Leg and I out a ton, and we will be back to talk Wednesday's games with you shortly. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Burrow77 here with my main man, A Young Leg. Next up, we got Feyenoord versus Inter Milan. Look, I don't have a ton to say about this one. Feyenoord's definitely decent. They got through AC Milan. Inter is the far better team. I don't know. Look, the thing with Inter is they're very tactical and they know how to get to the final round of UCL. You know how you get to the final round of UCL? You get draws away and you win your fucking home games. It's really, really simple when you put it on paper. Executing it is a completely different discussion, but I think Inter is just the far better team here. I like them on the money line, but I'm not getting involved at minus 163. I'm not sure that they scored 2 goals, so I'm not loving the over 1.5 at -145. I don't know if Feyenoord score here at home. If anything, I'm seeing probably a 1-0 Inter win or a 0-0, maybe a 1-1 if Feyenoord can figure out how to beat this Inter defense. But look, I'm not saying that Inter is just like the best team I've ever seen. They're struggling in Italy. They don't want to win the Scudetto. They've dropped points 5 games in a row in winnable games that they've had over in Serie A. That all said, they're better than this Feyenoord team. And, I'm not trying to disrespect Feyenoord. They're a very good club. They got past AC Milan. They're playing well in the Dutch league. They have European pedigree, but like Milan has way more European pedigree. They've been here. They know what it takes. They were in the final, 2 years ago? This is a very experienced Inter team that knows what it takes to go on the road, withstand Feyenoord's early flurry of attack being pumped up behind the home crowd, settle into the game, and get the fucking job done. And the job here is a draw is good enough. So I want to back Inter. I want to be with Inter. There's probably some Feyenoord stuff that's worth looking at as far as player props go, but I'm not getting involved in like any sides or totals here. I like the under 2.5, actually. Sorry, I take that back. Give me the under 2.5 at +112. I just don't see 3 goals in this game.
Yeah, especially with DeMarco now out injured. I don't know if you guys watched the game against Napoli. What a fucking free kick by him. Inter, for all those attackers they have, this great midfield they have no bite offensively.
Right.
Thuram's gone cold. Martinez is the most up and down roller coaster ride you can have for your starting fucking striker. Inter, I would love to back Inter as well, but the number sucks. Like, the number is truly horrendous. And none of these guys are making me think, hey, they're going to go out and get me this win in the Champions League. Nobody's proved it. Who am I backing here? Martinez? Thuram? Do we think that somebody's going to come off the bench? Like, I don't know. I do love Inter's back line, though, but Feyenoord at home, I will give them their props. That's why taking a side here is I love the under with you, and I think this game's going to suck to watch, to be honest. I would love for Feyenoord to prove me wrong and then just pump them with like 4 and just ruin everything we told you. I just really fucking doubt it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Look, if you guys want to get involved in Martinez, I'm not going to try and talk you out of it. Martinez, anytime goal scorer, +145 over on DK is definitely something worth looking at. I do have a major concern, and it bothers me that DeMarco's hurt because one of my favorite props is always DeMarco just to take 2 shots. They still haven't figured out that DeMarco just shoots like crazy. And they don't even have to be good. Like, DeMarco's just going to put up a couple of shots from midfield to test people. So that is a little bit of a disappointment. I do like Dumfries. He always seems to show up in the UCL. I can see him maybe putting a shot on target or taking 2 shots here. Kalahulungu, but his prices are going to be completely jacked. Bellerin is another good guy to look at with Mkhitaryan. This whole midfield is capable of shooting. And like I said, we're doing this early. As you guys know, I don't get predicted starting 11s from FOTMob. So this is the starting 11 from the Napoli game for Inter, and this is the starting 11 from the AC Milan game for Feyenoord. Paixão is the guy I like for Feyenoord. If anybody's going to do stuff, I think he's going to shoot and have a shot on target, maybe here for Feyenoord. But again, this one, job done for Inter. If you go on the road and play to a 0-0 draw or a 1-0 win or a 1-1 draw, job done. You're coming home to the San Siro where you should baptize Feyenoord. So, yeah, look, I just find it really difficult to get involved here too much. I think if you want to play Inter to win to 0, I don't think is a bad number, or Inter to keep a clean sheet. I think both of those are definitely something to look at. Inter to win to 0 +175 over on Bet365, which is pretty high, +145 kind of everywhere else. So that's something I could be interested in, but I'm probably going to take a pretty big pass here on most of this stuff, except for maybe Dumfries 2 shots and shot on target.
I don't really have anything confident to say in any Feyenoord player just because Musa right now is, I think, their leading goal scorer in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So It would be funny to watch him take out both Milan teams. I will say that. And Italy has been
It
horrendous.
would be pretty funny.
So as far as content goes, I'm here for the Feyenoord money line.
If you really wanted to, if you wanted to get into it, I didn't look up or research this, but I'm just thinking out loud here. If you wanted to maybe ladder Feyenoord saves, if you think their keeper's just standing on his head, and that Inter is going to take a bunch of shots, that's not a bad way to go with it. I just, this is a tough one. I really, really like the under here at plus money, and that's kind of all I might get involved in here. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Burrow77 here with my main man, a young leg, here to talk to you about Benfica versus Barcelona in the Champions League. These guys played in the qualifying stage in a complete downpour in Benfica that ended up 4-5, I believe, with Barcelona winning. Completely crazy match. Again, that had a lot to do with the weather. It also has to do with the fact that Barca defends with a super high line. Both of these teams have good guys who are capable of countering, playing fast, and going out in transition and getting you some buckets. This is the highest set total in Champions League, over and under 3.5. And it's going to be really hard for me to talk you into an under. I do like both teams to score. I do like over 2.5 here. I think that, look, Barcelona is probably the better team. Minus 115 on the money line. You don't want to hear, I don't want to talk nice on Barcelona, but this is probably handicapped pretty accurately. That said, Benfica at home in Portugal is always very, very tough. I could see you getting involved with the double chance at plus 102. I could see you getting involved in their team total over 1.5 at plus 125. It's going to take it's going to take Benfica's best 180 minutes, maybe plus extra time, to be able to advance here. But it's not out of the realm of possibility for me that Benfica can get this done. If they can come out of here with an aggregate lead at home or even draw, they have a chance. Barcelona has failed to prove anything to me in quite some time in the Champions League. Benfica has the better recent European pedigree. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to get involved in Benfica to advance, I'm not going to sit here and try and tell you that it's impossible. Barcelona is the favorite for a reason, but they just haven't done it for me recently in Europe. They need to prove it, and they got a lot of guys that aren't named Robert Lewandowski who haven't really done shit in Europe as far as I'm concerned.
I already watched this game, and no matter what, Barcelona is going to win it. So I would probably just bet on Barcelona. They also they were second place on the table this year. Do you just mean they haven't won in Europe in a while, like the actual trophy? Because
yeah, Barcelona's gotten washed out super early in UCL the last 3 years. Didn't they get washed down to Europa League and then choke that away to fucking Man United or some shit last year?
That was 2 years ago. But
2 years ago, yeah. I mean, look, Barcelona just is not a proven commodity in Europe since Messi has left. And do I think 17-year-old Yamal is going to come out here and fucking go walk into Benfica in Portugal and just fucking put on a show? I don't know.
I would probably pick Rafinha if I was going to pick anyone. And I also want to say that Di Maria still hurts, so that one hurts a lot.
It does.
I don't have a ton of nice things to say about this Benfica besides Pavlidis' goal.
Look, again, Barcelona, obviously hate them, Real Madrid fan, but if you're going to give me Lewandowski a plus number to score a goal in Champions League, you're out of your fucking mind if you think I'm not taking it. He's scored in 90% of his Champions League appearances. So yeah, I'm definitely going to take Lewandowski plus 114 over on Bet Rivers for an anytime goal. Like Leg said, Pavlidis has been on an absolute tear. I think he had a hat trick against these guys. Again, super rainy conditions, but Pavlidis has just been tearing it up. Had a goal and assist versus Monaco in their last game at home. So I'll take Pavlidis' goal straight up at plus 220 over on DraftKings, but playing his to score assist is never a bad call either. the guy I always talk about here for Benfica, and I will continue betting him until he's out of the tournament, Otamendi to take a shot every single time he steps on the field, and Otamendi to be booked. Guy's just a hack. Good tactical player, been playing for Portugal forever, a little bit long in the tooth, but knows what it takes to get the job done here, knows how to take a professional fall. So Otamendi to be booked is something I always look at here when we're talking Benfica. If Pedri plays, we know that he loves to jack up shots, especially from the midfield, and is perfectly capable of putting them on target. Player props here worth looking at. I don't know if we see Olmo starting. I know he has been like the past couple of games.
He's hot as fuck right now. If he does start, the score assist number on him is a plus sign.
Yep. So love that. Rafinha obviously has been playing really well. So well that people have deluded themselves into thinking Rafinha Ballon d'Or shouts aren't just obnoxiously terrible. But, you know, whatever. If he wants to get on the score sheet, I'm not going to argue with you here. This game could have a lot of goals. This game could be defensive. But I don't know. I like both teams to score in the over 2.5 here. I don't think that Barcelona have the defense to keep, you know, Benfica off the score sheet in their own building here.
Bro, Araujo's back. Vinny stopper.
Oh, yeah? Vinny stopper, huh?
Yeah, he's back, dude.
You guys have that on video, though, right? If he's the Vinny stopper, like, you can go show me the highlights where he stopped Vinny.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can't? Oh,
shit.
shit.
An interview where he was like, yeah, Vinny's the toughest player I've ever had to defend. I was like, all right, well, now everyone can be quiet. He just said that.
So, yeah, you got anything else you're looking at player prop-wise here?
Did I already say Turkoglu for a shot on target? And anyone who wants to correct me on how to say his name, don't even bother because I can't fucking say it. That's why I just said Turkoglu.
Yeah, or Turkish Bull.
Isn't Koku also Turkish?
Yes, he is. Look at all those umlauts. You know he's Turkish as fuck. Right. Oh, he's not German, so he's got to be Turkish as fuck. So that's kind of all we got for you guys as far as this one. Both teams to score over 2.5 for me. Couple of player props here with Louis, anytime goal, Pavladas to score assist. Be sure to check out the links down below in the description. Check out the Discord. Mine's $15 a month. I also do a dub club with Flash that is available as well. Be sure to like and subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/@Burrow772. Costs you guys absolutely nothing. Helps me and Leg out a ton. We will be back to talk about the Byron Derby next. Until next time, we look forward to seeing you at the window. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Burrow77 here with my main man, A Young Leg. We're here to talk to you about Bayern versus Leverkusen. And I got to say, I like Leverkusen here. I like Leverkusen on the double chance for sure at a plus number. It is worth pointing out that Xavi Alonso has not dropped points to Bayern yet in his tenure as the Leverkusen manager. I want to say Leverkusen's gone 3 years without taking a loss to Bayern. So that is a nice little trend. We also just watched this game. It was in Leverkusen about 2 or 3 weeks ago, where they played to a 0-0 draw, and it was kind of robbery because Leverkusen hit the woodwork 4 times, and Bayern only had like 2 fucking shots. And I think Kane came off at halftime with a little bit of a knock. Obviously, Kane's been playing for them over the weekend. But yeah, I think Leverkusen on the double chance here has a ton of value. It seems counterintuitive, but I think the under here has a ton of value at plus 117. Again, these guys just played to a 0-0 draw. That said, it is Bayern at the Allianz on a UCL night. If you want to take Bayern, God bless you, but I'm not laying juice to do it. I just think this Leverkusen team's playing far too good to be laying juice with Bayern on the money line here.
Even if you did have faith in Bayern, I would still lay the juice on Leverkusen +1 more than I would take just Bayern. That would still just be the safer route for me because even if Bayern somehow wins, it'll only be by 1.
That's kind of where I'm at with it too. Let's get into some player props because I really like a bunch of stuff here as far as player props go. we don't see these guys very often when they do play each other, and we tend to get very, very good numbers on guys that we normally get trash ass numbers for when it comes to Bundesliga. Harry Kane for an anytime goal plus 120 is kind of a must take. And I'm probably going to take it before the match. And then at halftime, if he's still on, I'm probably going to take it after at halftime too, if he hasn't scored yet. Musiala to score assist, Elise to score assist, Florian Wirtz to score assist, Schick. I think we probably do see Schick just because of the form he's been in. Maybe comes off and gets subbed for Boniface if they need to. Grimaldo for a shot on target.
Flip that. You have to start Boniface and then sub Schick on.
And then sub Schick on.
It can happen at any time. Boniface needs to start.
Grimaldo's a wizard from set pieces. I could see his to score assist. Probably more leaning towards assist than a goal, but you never know. Frimpong shot on target is always great. Xhaka shot on target or shot from outside the box is always worth a look here. Xhaka to be carded. Harry Kane, high key, a fucking hack for a forward. Always worth a look for a card as well. So lots of good player props here to look at, especially when it comes to shots and shots on target for guys whose numbers normally are completely unplayable in Bundesliga.
Alphonso Davies is out hurt in this one. I like Grimaldo to score or assist because he takes all the set pieces, and there's going to be a bunch of hacks in this. Speaking of hacks, I'm looking at Ta and Hermoso playing on the back line together. That's fucking crazy. Both of them for cards. This is a big Ta hack game. He knows he's playing against Harry Kane. Harry Kane knows what he's doing as well. I tell you guys all the time, Harry Kane's a little scumbag. Nobody wants to call him out. That undercut he does, that's a yellow every time. Literally every time. So I like Harry Kane for a yellow as well. I don't necessarily think Bayern has a good solution for not being able to play Alphonso Davies. I don't know if Guerrero is going to go back there, but to me, his game just screams mid. Like he doesn't play defense.
Little bit of a tricky situation here. I love that you can get Bayern that you can get Leverkusen for a plus number here on the double chance. I am going to get involved into some player props here, especially on the Leverkusen side as far as it goes on offense, just because their numbers are going to be significantly better. But I'll take Kane for a goal as well. So I like both teams to score here. I don't know if we get the over 2.5, but a 1-1 draw sets up really nice here for Leverkusen. I personally have taken Leverkusen to advance. I don't know what the number is anymore. I got it at plus 145. I'll quickly look that up while I'm talking, and I paired it with my free bet with Bruges to advance over on DraftKings a while ago. You can still get Bayern and Leverkusen to advance at plus 150 over on MGM, plus 145 on DK. So yeah, I think Leverkusen has a serious chance to advance here. I think Bayern definitely has a little bit more of the UCL experience. And I think this is going to be a really interesting leg. If Leverkusen can keep it tied, going back to Leverkusen for the reverse fixture. So I like Leverkusen to advance here, plus 145, worth a look, as well as everything we already covered. Be sure to follow me on social media at Burrow77, Twitter, X, Instagram. All the links for Leg at A Young Leg right down here below as well. Check out the Discords. Be sure to give the YouTube page a like and a subscription as well. If you have enjoyed these free videos, that's what allows me to keep bringing them to you each and every week. We will be back to talk about PSG versus Liverpool here shortly, and that'll be our final game for the UCL. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Burrow77 here with our 8th and final game of the UCL matchup knockouts round 2. We have PSG taking on Liverpool, and my God, the amount of shit I've heard on Twitter about don't sleep on PSG. This PSG team's live. I don't know. This PSG team's playing fucking good football. They're playing good football in France, guys. It's France. All the EPL fucking hardos that tell me they're the best league on the planet, you should be drooling to take Liverpool here on the money line at plus 185. The smart play is probably Liverpool on the draw no bet at plus 114. I don't rate anybody that PSG has beaten at all this season. So to think that they're plus 140 at home, they are stronger at the Parc des Princes. But to think that this team is somehow going to eat Liverpool's lunch at the Parc des Princes and win this game outright, I think is a fucking fallacy. I think that to think PSG is going to go into Anfield with even if they do win this game with a 1-goal lead and find a way to walk out of Anfield in advance, I think is a complete fucking farce. The only way I could see PSG advancing here is you're going to need to have like a 2 or 3 goal aggregate lead leaving the Parc des Princes. And with how good Liverpool is on defense, I just don't fucking see it.
Yeah, I still want to take both teams to score, though, just because all the attackers in this game are extremely informed.
Yeah, I'm with you. And look, I can take both teams to score. You're not going to be able to talk me out of Dembele, who's been absolutely red hot. I love Mo Salah to score. I'm probably going to play his goal and his assist separately and split a unit on it just because, you know, we're not going to see numbers on Mo Salah like this very often. Salah's goal is plus 175 over on Bet Rivers, which is an absolutely disrespectful number. Dembele's goal plus 165 over on FanDuel, disrespectful number. Sabitslai has been red hot from the midfield here for Liverpool. I love his shot on target. McAllister's another dude who anytime he's plus money for a shot on target, I always take it. VVD is the main target on set pieces. He's who we always talk about. I like him just to take a single shot. I love his headed shot on target at plus money. We know how skilled he is in the air. If you want to go with Conte too, that's always a good look. As far as PSG goes, if you want to get involved in Barcola shot on target, maybe assist, this entire midfield plus Hakimi for PSG is always worth a look for shots on target. Ruiz, Vitania, Neves, Hakimi, all these guys here, always worth a look. I think we see some high-powered offenses. Whether or not that results in goals, like I said, I do think both teams to score. These guys are finishing at a very high rate. So, yeah, I think this is set up to be one of the better, higher-scoring matches here in the UCL. But I want to be with Liverpool. This number is fantastic on Liverpool, and I do not rate PSG's performance, especially when it comes to Champions League and non-French opponents, because I don't know if you guys know this, that 4-2 win over City doesn't fucking impress me. City's ass.
True. You let City score too.
Yeah, right? And you don't think Liverpool's gonna what's the number on Liverpool's team total here? I forgot to look. Dude, team total over 1.5 plus 105. I'm all over that for Liverpool.
I've just heard so much just gas being blown up Liverpool's ass right now. And then I hear the people that are like, you know, this is the worst Premier League ever, right? And they're just like, that doesn't stop about how great our football is. I was like, well, I mean, it does. It does make your football look shittier because you didn't play anyone with it. But hey,
but they're also not playing in France.
Here, man. I'm back in Liverpool. That I'm being told they are the greatest team in the greatest league on the planet. Why wouldn't I take them at plus 185? You know, it just makes perfect sense.
Anything else you want to shout out here for player props?
I love Gakpo. So anytime I see him starting over Jota, or if they move Diaz up and he gets a playing behind, I think he just gels with everyone the best on the pitch. As far as offensively, I think he is a very versatile player that will be able to set you up. He'll find dangerous positions. He's a big body. He can carry the ball forward. It always pisses me off when he doesn't start. And that's no offense to Diogo Jota, but what have you done
super sub off the bench too? He's a spark plug. He brings energy. He'll huck himself all over the pitch to score dumbass headers that he probably could have done with his foot, but he's just diving for no goddamn reason because he's Jota.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, guys, Appreciate you all for tuning in. If you guys need a sportsbook to bet with, BetUS promo code right down below in the description, plus 125% deposit match if you use my code. Be sure to like and subscribe right here on youtube.com/@Burrow772. Like and subscription goes a long way. It costs you absolutely nothing. It helps Leg and I out a ton. It's how we're able to bring you this free video content week in and week out. And if you're subscribed, you will get notified when we go live tomorrow afternoon and Wednesday afternoon for the games with official starting 11s, where we will finalize some of our player prop looks and some of our price points. So be sure to do that. Until next time, we always look forward to seeing you at the window. Let's have a great Champions League, and let's get this fucking bread. Oaks out. Doses. We outside.